We were facing pretty significant challenges with our point of sale the past few years. There were times where it really felt like it was crippling our business because of the difficulties with its connection to NetSuite and the impact it had on our overall business.
Earlier this year, we finally said, no, we need to go out, we need to find a best-in-class solution. So we had to find something that would not go offline, would always be available for the customer. Whether the credit card processor went down, whether the ERP went down, it still needed to function.
We needed to make sure that the lookups were quick, that there was speed involved, that there was efficiency involved, and that it was truly in sync with our source of truth, which is NetSuite. So that our customer and user experience was not affected by any type of outages or downtimes or errors or anything from our ERP system. The other thing that we want to make sure that it had the ability to scale up to our entire inventory database.
The Sitoo POS was the primary and only focus of Sitoo. They weren't building this as part of something else. They were a POS, brick-and-mortar focused, tech company. And that was a big deal because so many of the solutions out there are ancillary to bigger platforms. And that's what drove the decision to go to Sitoo.
When we say that we had, an item database of 1 million plus SKUs, that's probably going to get closer to, 2.5 million by the end of 2024, or, they did blink an eye. At that point, it's like, well, are they kind of joking? Did they comprehend what we said? The other thing that just kind of amazed me was typically in these type of projects, and this is one, like a point of sale system is a huge project, right? It's one that you have to maybe reconfigure a whole bunch of different things, a whole bunch of different processes so it can work with it.
I remember when we looked at the integration, Dane and I did, his response was, if I were to build a NetSuite integration, this is how I would build it. And that's huge. So that was really big. And because the integration works, the implementation is going to be short. It won't cost that much money, and we'll be able to launch it this year.
Even at the volume that we do, even at the item database, again, right? It was truly plug and play, and I didn't change anything on our backend processes to fit in with Sitoo. I mean, that's just crazy to me.
It's taken a lot of worry from the back end, especially from the tech side, because we just don't have to worry about it as much and it works the way it's supposed to.
It's lovely. I don't have nearly as many calls, so I'm able to focus more on perfecting my practices in my office to make sure that my team can support the little calls that we do get.
Even as I look back on it, it was surprisingly easy. Especially given how difficult these types of things usually are. We hunkered down in our offices for a week and executed what is usually a 4 to 6 month implementation in 2 weeks, and launched our first store 6 weeks after the contract was signed. We're opening stores left and right. We've opened 50 stores this year in the middle of implementing a new POS system with no major hiccups. And I just can't imagine most retailers could say that.